Listen. Yeah, that's right. I want you to listen real close now, because what I'm about to tell you ain't just words. It's a way of life. It's a weapon. It's armor. It's freedom wrapped in silence. The title of this message is simple, but it's heavy. Never defend yourself. Let me say it again, slower this time, so it sinks deep into your spirit. Never defend yourself. You hear somebody come at you with gossip, with lies, with accusations, with shade, with doubt about who you are, what you've done, where you're going. Don't open your mouth to explain. Don't raise your voice to justify. Don't type that long paragraph trying to set the record straight. Don't call up your boys or your girls and run down the whole story so they'll take your side. No, you stand there. You look them in the eye if they're in front of you. You stay calm. You breathe. And you let the silence do the work. Why? Because the moment you defend yourself, you hand over your power. You just told the world their opinion matters more than your truth. You just stepped down off your throne to argue on their level. And once you're down there swinging, guess what? You're fighting in the mud. And kings don't fight in mud. Kings walk over it. Think about it. When a lion gets challenged by some noisy hyena yapping in the distance, does the lion turn around and start explaining why he's king of the jungle? Does he roar back a list of reasons why he deserves respect? No. The lion keeps walking. He keeps hunting. He keeps being the lion. The hyena barks until its throat is dry. But the lion don't even blink. Because the lion knows explanation is weakness disguised as strength. I've been there. Early in my career, people said things. They said I wasn't good enough. They said I got lucky. They said the roles I landed were because of politics, not talent. They said all kinds of noise. And every time I felt that itch to call up the reporter, to write the letter, to pull somebody aside and say, let me tell you what really happened, I had to catch myself. Because defending myself would have meant I believed their doubt had weight. It would have meant I let their small mind define my big purpose. But here's the secret they don't teach you in school. They don't print in books. They don't put in movies. Silence is louder than any comeback. When you refuse to defend, you force the attacker to keep talking. And the more they talk, the more they expose themselves. Their insecurity, their jealousy, their smallness. While you're standing tall, quiet, unshaken, they're unraveling right in front of everybody. The crowd sees it. The room feels it. The energy shifts. And suddenly, without saying a word, you win. Let me break it down for you like this. Life is a battlefield of perceptions. People are always watching, judging, testing. They throw stones, words, rumors, criticisms to see if you'll crack. If you dodge and explain, you're showing them the crack already exists. But if you stand firm, if you absorb it without flinching, they start wondering if maybe they're the ones who's wrong. That's power. Real power. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind. The kind that makes people second guess themselves while you keep moving forward. You ever notice how the strongest trees don't argue with the wind? The wind blows hard, tries to bend them, break them, but the tree, it bends a little, sure, but it don't snap back with excuses. It roots deeper. It grows taller. Next storm comes, it's even stronger. That's you when you never defend yourself. Every attack that comes your way, it's fertilizer. Every doubt thrown at you, it's soil. You don't fight the storm. You use it to grow. Now let's get personal. I know what some of y'all are thinking right now. But Denzel, what if they're spreading lies that could ruin my name? What if it's at work? and my job's on the line? What if it's family and they're twisting the truth? Listen, I'm not saying be passive. I'm saying be strategic. There's a difference between defending yourself and protecting your position. If action is needed, take it. Calm, calculated, without emotion. But explanation, justification, begging for understanding, that's poison. The greatest leaders, the greatest winners, the greatest men and women who've ever walked this earth, they mastered this. Malcolm didn't waste time explaining himself to every critic. Mandela didn't argue his innocence in every courtroom rant. Jesus didn't come down off the cross to prove a point. They let their lives speak. They let their actions defend them. And history did the rest. So here's what you do starting today. Next time somebody comes for you, pause. Feel that heat rising in your chest? That's ego trying to take the wheel. Don't let it. Breathe. Smile inside if you have to. Then ask yourself one question. Does this person deserve my energy? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. So keep it. Save it. Pour it into your work, into your dreams, into your purpose. Let them talk. Let them speculate. Let them waste their breath while they're busy trying to tear you down. You're busy building something they can't even imagine. And watch what happens. People start coming around, not because you convinced them, but because they saw you didn't need to. They see the calm in the storm and they think, maybe he's on to something. Maybe she's built different. Maybe there's more to this than the noise. Your silence becomes your testimony. Your refusal to engage becomes your engagement. You don't defend your character, you demonstrate it. Keep going, push harder, dream bigger, work smarter, pray deeper. And when the attacks come, and they will remember, never defend yourself. Let your results do the talking. Let your consistency shut them up. Let your character silence the doubters. Let your faith carry you through. Because at the end of the day, the only defense you need is the one you're building right now. Brick by brick, step by step, day by day, without apology, without explanation, without looking back. So stand up straight, chin up, eyes forward. And when the next wave hits, don't flinch. Don't explain, don't defend, just keep walking, keep rising, keep being you. And let the world catch up. Now, let's talk about what happens when you master this. When you stop reacting and start creating. When you stop explaining your past and start owning your future. When every accusation bounces off you like rain on steel, you become untouchable. Not arrogant, untouchable. There's a difference. Arrogance needs validation. Untouchable doesn't care if you validate it or not. It just is. I've seen it in my own life. Roles I didn't get. Awards I didn't win. People who smiled in my face and talked behind my back. I could have spent years defending my name. Instead, I spent those years working, praying, growing. And now they quote me. Now they study me. Now they wonder how I did it. I didn't do it by arguing. I did it by ascending. You can too, but it starts with one decision. Never defend yourself. Say it with me, out loud if you have to. Never defend myself. Feel that? That's freedom. That's power. That's the beginning of something unstoppable. Now go out there. Face the noise, face the doubt, face the haters. And when they come, because they always come, don't say a word, just smile, nod, and keep moving. Because your greatest defense is your next step forward. And we're just getting started. Yeah, we're just getting started. Feel that fire building? Good. Let it burn slow. Let it burn clean. Beck. Oz, what comes next ain't about stopping. It's about going deeper. Deeper into the discipline. Deeper into the quiet. Deeper into the kind of strength most people never touch because they're too busy running their mouths. See, the average person thinks defense is protection. They think if they don't explain, if they don't clap back, if they don't post that paragraph or make that phone call, then the lie wins. The doubt wins. The enemy wins. Wrong. Dead wrong. The moment you stay silent, the lie starts bleeding. It starts starving. Lies feed on reaction. They grow fat on argument. Take away the food, they wither. They shrink, they die in the dark while you're walking in the light. I remember a time, maybe 15, 20 years ago, when a story came out. Twisted, half-truths mixed with straight fiction. People I respected, people I thought knew better, started whispering, phones buzzing, texts coming in sideways. You gonna say something? You gonna clear this up? I looked at my wife, I looked at my mirror, I looked at the work still sitting on my desk, and I made a choice. I closed the phone. I turned off the notifications. I went back to the script, to the lines, to the craft. You know what happened? The story ran its cycle. People got bored. The next headline came. The next scandal. The next distraction. And me, I was already 3 projects ahead. I was already deeper in character. I was already closer to the next level. While they were busy dissecting yesterday's rumor, I was busy creating tomorrow's reality. That's the mathematics of it. Time is finite. Energy is finite. Attention is finite. Every second you spend defending is a second you stole from building. Every word you waste explaining is a word you could have used praying, planning, executing. You think the great ones got great by arguing on Twitter? By writing think pieces about why they're misunderstood? No. They got great by disappearing into the work, by letting excellence be the rebuttal, by making success so loud that the noise became background static. Now let's talk about relationships, because this principle hits hardest when it's personal. Family, friends, lovers, the people who know your buttons, the ones who can cut deepest because they know the history. Somebody says something sideways at the dinner table. Somebody questions your choices. Somebody brings up that old mistake from 10 years ago like it's today's headline. The instinct? Defend, explain, rewind the tape, and show them the director's cut. Don't pause, look at them, really look. See the fear behind the words. See the hurt they're trying to pass on. See the mirror they're holding up to their own unresolved pain. And then release it, not with words, with presence, with peace. Say less, do more. Love harder. Show up stronger tomorrow. Let your life rewrite the narrative they tried to pin on you. Because here's what most people miss. When you defend, you validate the attack. You give it oxygen. You give it credibility. You turn a mosquito into a monster. But when you ignore it, truly ignore it, you starve the beast. You make it irrelevant. And irrelevance, that's worse than defeat for most attackers. They want your attention more than they want your apology. Deny them the attention. Watch how fast they move on to somebody else who'll feed them. Now let's go to the streets. Let's talk about the young kings and queens out here. Grinding, hustling, building, dreaming in places where doubt is the default setting. You got people telling you your dream is too big. Your skin is the wrong color. Your accent is too thick. Your bank account is too light. Your resume don't look right. Your last name don't open doors. You feel that sting? Good. Feel it, but don't feed it. You don't owe anybody an explanation for ambition. You don't owe the block a PowerPoint on why you believe you can make it out. You don't owe the doubters your itinerary. You owe yourself discipline. You owe the vision consistency. You owe the future version of you every ounce of focus you can muster. Let them talk. Let them laugh. Let them bet against you. Every word they waste is another brick you can use to build. I came up in Mount Vernon. I saw brothers with more talent than me get swallowed by the streets because they spent too much energy proving something to people who were never going to believe anyway. I decided early. I'm not proving. I'm producing. I'm not explaining. I'm executing. And every time I chose production over explanation, the distance between me and the noise grew wider. You want that distance? Then commit. Right now. Commit to silence as strategy. Commit to action as argument. Commit to results as rebuttal. Commit to peace as power. Let me paint some pictures for you, real scenarios, so you can see it in motion. Picture this. You're in a boardroom, promotion on the line. Somebody throws a subtle jab. We all know you got here because of insert politics. Heads turn, eyes on you. The room waits for the clapback, for the defense, for the justification. What do? You nod once. You smile small. You say, appreciate the observation. Then you slide the folder with your numbers, your results, your impact across the table. No elaboration, no emotion, just facts stacked like bricks. The room shifts, the energy flips. The one who threw the jab now has to defend why they ignored the evidence. You never even entered the ring. Another one. Social media lights you up. Thread after thread. Screenshots, memes, hashtags with your name in the mud. The phone vibrating like it's possessed. Friends DMing, you seeing this. Family texting, you okay. The temptation is massive. To go, live, to post the receipts, to drop the thread of all threads. Instead, you mute, you log out, you go to the gym, you read the book, you write the next page, you pray longer, you call your mother just to say you love her. Days pass. The fire dies down. People forget. But you're stronger, calmer, clearer. The version of you that emerges from that silence is bulletproof. One more. Intimate betrayal. Partner steps out. Friend stabs you in the back. Business partner moves shady. The pain is real. The instinct is to confront, to explain why you deserve better, to list all the ways you showed up. Hold on. Feel the pain, yes. Process it, yes. But don't waste it on defense. Use it as fuel. Redirect it. Channel it into creation, into boundaries, into better choices, into deeper faith. Let them see by your absence how valuable your presence was. Let them feel the void. Your silence will scream louder than any argument ever could. This is the way of the master, not the beginner. The beginner reacts. The intermediate argues. The advanced observes. The master transcends. That true power doesn't need a microphone. It doesn't need a stage. It doesn't need permission. It just exists. Quiet, steady, undeniable. So today, right now, wherever you are, make the vow again. Deeper this time. Louder in your soul. Never defend myself, not to the critic, not to the family, not to the algorithm, not to the mirror when doubt creeps in at 3 a.m., never. Instead, rise earlier, work harder, pray longer, love deeper, forgive faster, create relentlessly, move intentionally, stay unshaken. Every attack is a test. Every doubt is an invitation. Every rumor is a reminder. You're on the path. Because if you weren't threatening something, someone's ego, someone's comfort, someone's small idea of the world, they wouldn't bother. So thank them in your heart, silently, for showing you where the resistance is, for reminding you that pressure only comes to diamonds in the making. Keep walking through it. Keep building through it. Keep becoming through it. The silence you're choosing today is the roar they'll hear tomorrow. And tomorrow, we're going even further. Because this refusal to defend, it ain't a tactic, it's a transformation, and we're nowhere near finished. Yeah, feel that momentum? That's not just words stacking up, that's gravity shifting. That's the atmosphere around you starting to bend, because you're no longer playing by the old rules. You're rewriting them in real time, one deliberate non-response at a time. Let's go even deeper into the psychology of it, because once you understand why defending yourself feels so necessary, you can finally let that need die. The human ego is a fragile thing. It's wired to survive social threats, the same way the body is wired to survive physical ones. When someone attacks your character, your reputation, your story, it registers in the brain like a spear coming at your chest. Fight, flight, freeze. Most people default to fight. They swing back with explanations, evidence, emotion. They defend because defense feels like survival. But here's the twist nobody tells you. In the modern world, most attacks aren't spears. They're mosquito bites. They sting for a second, they annoy, they itch, but they cannot kill you unless you scratch them until they bleed. Every time you defend, you scratch, you inflame, you turn a minor irritation into an open wound. And wounds, they attract more mosquitoes. The disciplined mind, the one you're training right now, sees the bite, feels the sting, and does nothing. Lets the itch rise and fall, watches it peak and fade, because it knows the bite only has power if I give it power. Silence starves the narrative. Silence turns the attacker into a person yelling at a mountain. The mountain doesn't yell back, the mountain just stands there being a mountain. Eventually the yeller gets tired, looks foolish, walks away. The mountain, still there, still massive, still unmoved. I want you to internalize this next part, like scripture. Your value is not negotiable. It is not up for debate. It is not determined by applause or decreased by criticism. Your value was stamped on you before you took your first breath, by the same hand that hung the stars. Anyone trying to argue otherwise is arguing with creation itself. Let them. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Now picture the scoreboard most people never look at. On one side, energy spent defending, on the other, energy invested in becoming. Every minute spent crafting the perfect comeback is a minute not spent crafting the next chapter of your life. Every hour burned explaining yesterday is an hour not building tomorrow. The scoreboard doesn't lie. People who stay on defense forever end up with impressive archives of arguments and very little legacy. People who refuse to defend, they end up with quiet mornings, focused days, peaceful nights, and bodies of work that speak for centuries. You want legacy? Then protect your bandwidth like it's oxygen at 30,000 feet. Guard it, ration it, spend it only on what actually moves the needle. Gossip doesn't move it. Haters don't move it. Misunderstandings rarely move it. But discipline, consistency, skill sharpened daily, faith held steady in the fire, those move everything. Let me give you a mental exercise you can do right now. Wherever you are, close your eyes for 10 seconds. Think of the last time someone came for you. Remember the heat in your chest. Remember the urge to reply. Remember how many times you rehearsed the perfect line in your head. Now imagine you did to send it. You didn't say it. You didn't post it. You just let it pass through you like smoke. Feel that lightness. That's what freedom tastes like. That's what sovereignty feels like. That's what being ungovernable by other people's opinions feels like. Do that exercise every day for a month. Each time an attack lands, run the loop. Feel it, refuse it, release it. After 30 days, you won't just be better at not defending. You'll be someone new. Someone who no longer needs the approval of the crowd to breathe easy. Someone who walks into rooms and changes the pressure without saying a word. Now let's talk failure, because this path isn't clean. You will slip. You will defend sometimes. You will feel the guilt after. The I should have stayed quiet regret. Good. That sting is your teacher. When you catch yourself mid-explanation, mid-thread, mid-argument, stop. Mid-sentence if you have to. Say out loud, if necessary, I'm not doing this today. Then walk away, leave the chat, close the tab, turn off the phone, go pour water on a plant. Go hug someone who didn't hurt you. Go write one honest sentence about your real dream. Redirect the energy immediately. Don't punish yourself, just correct course. Every correction strengthens the muscle. Every time you choose silence over noise, you deposit into the bank of self-mastery. Compound interest is brutal in both directions. Small daily defenses drain you slowly into exhaustion. Small daily silences build you slowly into unshakable calm. And calm is terrifying to chaotic people. They can't read it. They can't control it. They can't provoke it into a predictable reaction. When you become calm under fire, you become the variable they can't solve for. That's when the real shift happens, not when you win arguments, but when arguments stop being necessary. Let me tell you about pressure. Pressure reveals who you want to be, but silence reveals who you're becoming. The version of you that can take a hit, absorb it, stay composed, keep moving. That version scares the world more than any loud comeback ever could. Because that version can't be rattled, can't be bought, can't be broken by opinion. That version is free in a way most people will never know. So keep training it, keep choosing it. When the next accusation flies, when the next rumor starts, when the next sideways comment lands, don't reach for the shield of words. Reach for the deeper root. Anchor in purpose. Anchor in progress. Anchor in the quiet, knowing that your story isn't theirs to narrate. You're writing it in sweat, in prayer, in persistence, in patience, page by page, choice by choice, silence by silence. And every time you choose not to defend, you turn another page. The ink is invisible for now. The critics can't see it yet, but the story is growing longer, stronger, truer. And we're still adding chapters. So here we are, the journey through silence, through restraint, through the deliberate choice to let your life answer instead of your lips. You felt the weight of it now, the temptation, the power, the freedom on the other side. You've seen how defending yourself keeps you small, tethered to someone else's story, while refusing to defend sets you loose to write the only story that matters, yours. This isn't the end of the fight. It's the beginning of winning without ever stepping into the ring. From this moment forward, when the world throws its noise, its doubts, It's lies, it's petty jabs. Don't reach for words, reach deeper. Reach for the quiet certainty that lives inside the man or woman who knows their worth doesn't need a vote. Stand tall, breathe steady, move forward. Let every unanswered accusation become proof of your strength. Let every ignored rumor become evidence of your focus. Let every moment you chose silence over explanation become the foundation of a legacy so solid no critic can ever crack it. You are not here to be understood by everyone. You are here to be excellent, to be unshakable, to become the kind of force that changes rooms, families, industries, generations, without ever having to explain how you did it. So go now. Carry this truth like a blade wrapped in velvet. Never defend yourself. Let your work roar. Let your character testify. Let your peace silence the storm. The world will talk. Let it. You just keep rising. And the rest will write itself. Thank you, and God bless you.